Okay, my dear boys, these are some special examples. So very important. Please write yourself. I'm writing here. See carefully. So now first one. Here, three cyanides are there. All these three cyanides are equivalent. No one is more pure, no one is less pure. Equivalent. Because of that situation, here longest chain rule is violated. So see here, these three cyanides are the no doubt functional groups. This is taken as the longest chain. So special way of writing this IUPAC names of this compound signing. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So therefore it is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. It is propane. To this first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, three cyanides are there. These carbons are not in counting. These carbons are not in counting. That's why this cyanide is taken as carbonitrile. Because carbon is there, carbon is included. But see here, if this one is taken, 1, 2, 3, here carbon is not included, only nitrogen is there, that is why it is taken as nitrite. The cyanide is taken as nitrite because only nitrogen is there. But here, carbon also not included in this the chain. That is, the carbon is included in the name, carbonitrile. Therefore, the name of this compound is the name of this compound is 1, 2, 3 propane 1, 2, 3 propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbonitrile. Tricarbonitrile is the IUPAC name of this compound. Propane 1, 2, 3 three compounds, 3, that is carbonitrile. See here, my dear boys, carbo means these carbons also included. So these carbons are also included, that is carbonitrile. Okay, so see this one. This one is no doubt. Most of the students well known one. So see the longest chain. It is the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. So both, therefore, it is AN, butane. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, 1, 2, 3, triol. Because these are the functional groups. Butane, 1, 2, 3, triol and triol. So, or 1, 2, 3, butane triol. 1, 2, 3, butane triol is the acceptable name. Next, see here. Here also similar to this one. So try yourself. So this is the longest chain. This is the longest chain. Here, first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, or 1, 2, 3, whatever it may be. These are the substituents, not substituents. All these three groups are equivalent. So if oic acid is there, O is the only one, but carbon also there. These carbons are not included in longest chain. That is why these are considered as carboxylic acids. Therefore, the name of this compound is propane 1, 2, 3 tricarboxylic acid. Propane 1, 2, 3 tricarboxylic acid. Because these carbons are not included, this carbo. So this carbon is indicated with carbon. That is, these are carboxylic acids. Propane 1, 2, 3 tricarboxylic acid is the name of this compound. Okay. Next, what is the name of this compound? It is CONH2. Actually, 2 hydrogens are there. Those 2 hydrogens, one is replaced with methyl group, another one is replaced with C6H5. C6H5, the name is called as phenyl. Its name is phenyl. Its name is methyl. Actually, two hydrogens are there. Those two hydrogens are replaced by that methyl and phenyl. So CONH2 group, this group is taken as amide functional group, and this is taken as amide functional group. Okay. So now, what is the name of this compound? Name of this compound. So see here, this is the longest chain. This carbon is also included. First, second, third, fourth. This is the functional group, which is amide group. Which is amide group. Now the name of this compound is, 4 carbons are there. So that is why it is but. Root word. All are single bonds. AN, butane. It is amide functional group. It is amide functional group. That is why it is taken as amide. Butanamide. Up to this completed. Butanamide. If amide is there, E is replaced with amide. Butanamide. Here nitrogen methyl group, nitrogen methyl phenyl groups are there. Nitrogen methyl group, nitrogen phenyl group. That is why it is nitrogen. It is taken as N-methyl, N-phenyl. I already explained that. So if nitrogen is substituent, substituent attached to nitrogen, that is N indication applicable. So methyl phenyl, which is first in alphabet M. Therefore, the name is N-methyl. So continue studying. N-phenyl butanamine. So once again, I'm writing here. N-methyl, N-phenyl, AN, amide, butanamide. N-methyl, N-phenyl, butanamide is the IUPAC name of this component. IUPAC name of this compound. Okay. So very, very important models, my dear boys. That's why I selectively taken some examples. Next, this one. This one. Here, two functional groups are there. Two functional groups are there. One is C double bond O, another one is OCH3. The most pure one is C double bond O. This is first pair. That is the first pair. Now automatically another one is taken as a substituent. This OCH3 is a substituent. This OC2H5 is also substituted. OC2H5 is also substituent. Now the longest chain here is this is the longest chain. This is the longest chain. The numbering, so list some rule, those conditions are applicable. The numbering for this one is, it is first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Therefore, it is a pent. AN. But there is O, C double bond ora. On. E is replaced with one. Pentanone. Where it is? It is third. 3 pentanone. 3 position of the C double bond must be included in it. So 3 pentanone. Now, at second position, what is the name of this group? This is ethyl group. It is oxane. Ethoxy. It is methyl group. It is oxane. It is methoxy. Therefore, so E is the first one. Therefore, second position at 2 ethoxy. It is at 4. 4 methoxy. 3 pentanone is the name. And 2 ethoxy, 4 methoxy, 3 pentanone is the IUPAC name of this component. So these are the some special categories. See, my dear boys, the same functional group is repeated. Those carbons are not included. So we leave those carbons and remaining carbons are taken as the longest chain. So these carbons are included in the name, that is carbo. Here also carboxylic acid. So these carbons are also included in here. So I think these are very clear. So in 2E is there is not sir. Where it is in 2. Yes, write it. Because Triol, ol is replaced. So if you want, E is also acceptable, no problem. Okay. So these are different ways to write the names of the carboxylic acids. All these are open chain compounds and also non-aromatic compounds. Now we are taking some cyclic compounds, nomenclature towards your cyclic compounds and some aromatic compounds. So see here. That is IUPAC names of alicyclic compounds. Alicyclic compounds. IUPAC names of alicyclic compounds. That means the cyclic compounds, non-aromatic cyclic compounds. That is, see here some examples. So CH2, CH2, CH2. Simply it is written as a triangle. Both are same there. So now what is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are there. Prop. All are single bonds in propane, but it is in cyclic nature. That is the prefix cyclotom is used. The name of this compound is cyclopropane. Similarly, see here, it is butane, 4 carbon chain. So the name of this compound is cyclobutane. Cyclo is the primary prefix. Primary prefix. Next, what is the name of this compound? Pentagon. 5 carbons are there. So no doubt the same name is cyclopentane. Cyclopentane. Its name, 6 carbon chain, which is cyclohexane. Cyclohexane. All these are IUPAC names, no doubt. IUPAC names of these compounds. Now I am taking some examples. There is a double bond. There is a double bond. So its name is, actually it is hex, 6 carbon chain, hex. There is a double bond in hexene, but cyclic in nature, cyclohexene. Its name is cyclohexene. Okay, one hexene. Because wherever it is, that should be the one. That is a number no need at this case. Okay, cyclohexene. Next one. There is a triple bond at one position. Triple bond at one position. Therefore, what is the name? No doubt. Cyclohexyne. It is yin. It is yin. Cyclohexyne. So the position of triple bond, no need to mention, but wherever it is, that should be the first one. Okay, cyclohexane, cyclohexene, cyclohexyne. Cyclohexyne. Now, some substitution. So try yourself. Try yourself, my dear boys. Okay. Try to write IUPAC names of each and every compound. See here. It is cyclopentane. It is at first position. It is second position. There is one carbon. It is methyl. It is methyl. It is methyl. It is methyl. Therefore, 1,2 dimethyl cyclopentane. 1,2 dimethyl cyclopentane. 1,2 dimethyl cyclopentane. Next, what about this? It should be the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth. At one position, there is 2 methyl groups. There is 1,1 dimethyl cyclopentane. 1,1 dimethyl cyclopentane. Now, what is the name of this one? This is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is methyl, it is methyl, it is ethyl. It is ethyl. Now the name is methyl ethyl. E stands, E first stand. Therefore, 3-ethyl 1,1 dimethyl 3-ethyl 1,1 dimethyl. It is cyclohexane. Cyclohexane is the name. See here it is. So if you start here, 1, 2, 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 3. 1 plus 1 plus. So leave some counting any. 1 plus 1 plus 3. That is 5. If you start here, 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 3 plus 1. 7 any. You should follow list some rule. That is why I am starting here. Like this one any. So here, the ring contains 6 carbons. The side chain, this side chain contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbons. Which is more? Ring carbons are more. That is why this side chain is a substituent. This ring is major. Ring is major. Now the compound is, see here. It is cyclohexane. Cyclohexane at first position, one group is attached, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Butyl at one position, this is a substituent. This is substituent. Therefore, I am writing here 1 methyl butyl 1-methyl butyl cyclohexane is the name. 1-methyl butyl cyclohexane is the name. Very, very important. 1-methyl butyl cyclohexane is the name. Where this is present, butyl, that is at one position. That is 1-methyl butyl cyclohexane. Cyclohexane is the name of this component. Next, see here. This ring contains 6 carbons. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one also contains 6 carbons. This one taken as side chain taken as a substituent. This is taken as a major functional group. Therefore, that is hexyl. Name of that compound is hexyl 6 carbon substituent. Hexyl 1 hexyl cyclohexane. 1 hexyl cyclohexane is the name of the cyclic component. Next, see here. Here ring contains 3 carbons. Side chain, this one contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbons. Now, it is a major chain. This is a substituent. This is substituent. So that's a longest chain. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is heptane. Heptane. So at second position, this group is attached. Actually, it is a cyclopropane. That is why it is taken as cyclopropyl, which is at second position. That's why it is a 2-cyclopropyl heptane. 2-cyclopropyl heptane. Okay. Next, this one. This one. So see here. It is a ring carbon. It contains 3 carbons. Here also, it is 1, 2, and it is only 2 carbons. Actually, we feel this one as major, but this one as minor. But here double bond is there. So double bond is more important. That is why it is taken as a major. This is a substituent. This is a substituent. Therefore, the name of this compound is, so that is the name of this compound is ethene, 2 carbons. At first position, cyclopropyl ring, that is 1 cyclopropyl. 1 cyclopropyl ethene is the name of this component. So, by the way, a double bond is there. That's why it is taken as a major chain. Okay. Next, here it is NO2. It is double bond. Double bond is major than that NO2. That's why it is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Therefore, the name of this compound is 3-nitro 1 cyclohexene. 3-nitro 1 cyclohexene is the name of this component. 3-nitro 1 cyclohexene is the name of that compound. So among the double bond and NO2, double bond is the most rare one. That is why it is taken as 3-nitro 1 cyclohexene. Next one. Here OH is there. Here double bond is there. It is a major in it. Therefore, it is 1, it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So OH should be at the least position. Therefore, its name is that is cyclohexene. Sorry. Cyclohex 1-ol 3-ene. Cyclohex 1-ol 3-ene or 3-ene 1-ol. Ol is last any at last. Cyclohex 3-ene 1-ol. Cyclohex 3-ene 1-ol is the name of that compound. Here OH is the major functional group. That is the major one. That is the major one. Okay. Next one. At last, this one. Here is aldehyde. Here is aldehyde. Here is OH. It is the first pair group. It is second pair group. It is a triple bond. It is third pair group. Third pair group. That's a for major pair group is at first position. That is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth to fifth to sixth. Then fifth to sixth. Therefore, the name of this compound is This is now substituent. This is also substituent. This is secondary suffix. Secondary suffix. Okay, it is not 2-ene, my dear boys, because OH is major than this one end. That is why second major group is at the second least position. Second least position. That is why OH is at second position. Not that is why the way is like this. The way is like this. Okay. Therefore, the name of this compound is 2-hydroxy. 2-hydroxy cyclohexane at 5 position. 5-ene, 1 aldehyde is there. Carbon is not in counting. Therefore, carbaldehydes. Just before one means this one or this one. Tell me. So see here, 2-hydroxy, cyclohex, 5-ene, 1 carbaldehyde, because the carbon is not in counting, that's right, carbaldehyde. What about, is this you want? Is this you want? Tell me. Okay, fourth one, this one. Okay. See here, it is OH, it is double bonded. OH is major power, automatically this is a substituent. But double bond is not taken as substituent, that is in continuation chain. Therefore, that OH adyl carbon should be the first carbon. OH adyl carbon is the first carbon. Therefore, it means CHO is most prior. Yes, among these most prior. But if COH is there, that COH is most prior, CHO is taken as substituent. Okay. It should be that first carbon. If it is first carbon, this is second carbon. So this is that, because least position we should take in. Okay. So these are some cyclic compounds. Yes. Correct, my dear boys. It is 2-ene, not 3. Thank you. Cyclohex 2-ene, 1 whole. Okay. So these are the names of some cyclic compounds. Sixth one means this one. Am I correct? Is this? Yes, see here. This ring contains 6 carbons. This side chain contains 5 carbons. That's why 5 carbon chain is substituted. Ring is taken as major one. That's why it is cyclohexane. So to this carbon is attached. See here. This carbon is attached. So therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4 end. So this is taken as, because it is not actually that one end. Actually that one. But it is at second substituent at first position. What is this? 1 carbon alkyl group end. It is methyl, which is at first position. So because actually this is the ring, this is the structure. There here methyl group is at substituent end. Therefore, 1 methyl, actually it is butyl. So that butyl is at first position of the ring. Therefore, 1 butyl, in butyl, 1 methyl is there. 1 butyl, in butyl, 1 methyl is there. So 1 butyl, 1 methyl cyclohexane. 1 butyl, that is 1 methyl butyl cyclohexane is the name. Okay. Are these clear? So these are some cyclic, that is ring compounds, that is alicyclic compounds. Alicyclic compounds. Now we are taking some aromatic compounds. Yes, don't take that pen, because if it is substituent, at 2 positions this substituent is taken in, but It is not subshade, it is major. That's why that should be the longest chain. Are this clear? So now we are taking some aromatic compounds. Some aromatic compounds. Please wait. IUPAC names of some aromatic compounds. IUPAC names of some aromatic compounds. See some examples. I'm writing some examples. This one, it is aromatic. CH3. OH. OCH3. OCH3. CHO. CHO. COOH. COOH. Nitro NO2. Nitro compounds. Cl. ClBr. ClBr. BrBr. Cl at fourth position NO2. CH3, NO2, NO2, NO2. OCH3, F, CH2, CH3. It is C2H5. It is NO2. It is F. Okay, these are some compounds, my dear boys. These are some aromatic compounds. Now we are taking some compounds, common names and IUPAC names. See here, blue letters are considered as common names. Blue letters are taken as common names. This is commonly taken as benzene. Benzene. its common name is, when methyl group is attached to benzene, which is taken as toluene. It is common name, toluene. OH is attached, that is called as a phenol. That is a phenol. Okay. Next, OCH3 attached, that is anisole, which is called as anisole. OCH3 is there, which is anisole. Next, CHO is there, which is benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde is the common name. Next, COOH is there attached to, that is benzoic acid. Is the common name. My dear boys, all these blue letters are common names. All these blue letters are common names. Benzaldehyde. If nitro group is there, it is nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene. If chlorine is there, it is chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene. For others, no common names are there. No common names are there. So all those are IUPAC names we will write. Okay. So these are common names for these aromatic compounds. So only this one is taken as benzene. So benzene attached to CH3 toluene. It is OH attached to phenol. The OCH3 attached, which is called as anisole. That is the aldehyde group is attached, that is benzaldehyde. Acid group is attached, that is benzoic acid. Nitro group is attached, that is nitrobenzene. Chloro group is attached, that is chlorobenzene. Bromo is attached to bromobenzene. Like this, these are the names of these common names. All these are common names for these compounds. Now, what are the IUPAC names of these compounds? IUPAC names of these compounds. See here. All red lines, IUPAC names. All red lines are IUPAC names. So see here. So benzene itself is the IUPAC name. Benzene itself is IUPAC name. Now it is methyl group attached to benzene, methyl benzene. Methyl benzene is the IUPAC name of this compound. Methyl benzene. Now, OH is attached, that is hydroxybenzene. Is the IUPAC name. Hydroxybenzene is the IUPAC name because major is the benzene ring. Benzene ring. Next, it is methoxy group is attached, therefore methoxybenzene. Methoxybenzene. Okay. Next, its IUPAC name benzene. This is carbaldehyde. The IUPAC name of the CHO with benzene ring is called as benzene carbaldehyde. Benzene carbaldehyde. Next, COH is there. Its IUPAC name. Its IUPAC name, that is benzene COH. So benzene COH is there, that is carboxylic acid. Because benzene is major end. Benzene carboxylic acid. Next, nitro group is there. This nitrobenzene itself taken as IUPAC name. IUPAC name of nitrobenzene is nitrobenzene. So nitrobenzene is also the IUPAC name of that nitrobenzene. Next, this is also chlorobenzene is also IUPAC name of that chlorobenzene. So for these two, both are same ending. So for nitrobenzene, IUPAC name, common name same. For chlorobenzene, IUPAC name, common name are same. Okay. Now here it is benzene. So if I start the numbering to the benzene 1, 2 like this, chlorine at first position, bromine is at second position. Chlorine is at first position, bromine is at second position. So In chlorine, the name chlorine, C is the starting letter, bromine, B is the starting letter. In alphabet, B is the first one. So that's why. So you should take bromine at first position and chlorine at second position. Chlorine at second position, because so the substituent which is first in alphabet should be the least one. Should be the least one. Therefore, answer is 1 bromo, 2 chloro benzene. 1 bromo, 2 chloro benzene. But the continuation, there is no gap. There is a, I am writing here. So 1 bromo, continuation, 2 chloro benzene. 1 bromo, 2 chloro benzene. Next here, both are benzenes. That is why. So it is first, it is second. 1, 2 dibromo benzene. 1, 2 dibromo benzene is IUPAC. All red letters are IUPAC names. All red letters are IUPAC names. 1, 2 dibromo benzene. Okay. Next one. In chlorine quotient. So where it is. So among chlorine and NO2, chlorine is the major one. That too, it is substituent. Here chlorine C starting, here nitro N starting N. That is why in alphabet. So in alphabet, C is first. That's why the chlorine acyl carbon should be the first one. If it is first, second, third, fourth, so fifth, sixth. Therefore, 1 chloro, 4 nitro benzene. 1 chloro, 4 nitro benzene is the IUPAC name of this component. Okay. Next, here, while writing this compound, this toluene itself. See my dear boys. So benzene is IUPAC name, also benzene. Toluene's IUPAC name is methyl benzene, but latest toluene also considered as IUPAC name. Today, toluene also considered as IUPAC name. Next, similarly, phenol also considered as IUPAC name. Anisole is also considered as IUPAC name. And benzaldehyde is also considered as IUPAC name. Benzoic acid is also considered as IUPAC name. But in old days, these are considered, but nowadays, both these are considered as IUPAC names. IUPAC names. So see here, it is OCH3, this is toluene. At toluene, it is first carbon, second carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth. Just a minute. Methyl position is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Therefore, at second position, at fourth position, at sixth position, nitro groups are there. Therefore, the name is 2, 4, 6 trinitro toluene. Trinitro toluene is the IUPAC name. 2, 4, 6 trinitro toluene. So toluene itself is taken as IUPAC system. Yes, no problem. Pranav. Next, in OCH3 C2H5, so which is major? That is, here OCH3, this is taken as a major group. OC, that is anisole. So it should be first, second, third, fourth. Therefore, it is anisole at 2 fluoro, 4 ethyl, CH3, CH2 means C2H para, 4 ethyl anisole is the IUPAC name of this component. 2 fluoro, 4 ethyl anisole is the IUPAC name. Okay. So next, see here, all these 3 groups are substituents. All these 3 groups are substituents. That's why it is ethyl, it is nitro, it is fluoro. Among these, which is first? Ethyl E, fluoro. So actually, It is a fluorobenzene. It is a fluorobenzene. Just like chlorobenzene, it is a fluorobenzene. So that F should be the first carbon ending. F is it, the first carbon. Therefore, it is the second carbon, third carbon, fourth, fifth, sixth. Therefore, it is one fluoro, sorry, writing like this, that is taken as 4-ethyl alphabet rules, 4-ethyl, 2-nitro, 1-fluoro, benzene. 1-fluorobenzene. 1-fluorobenzene or 4-ethyl 1-fluoro 2-nitrobenzene. 2-nitrobenzene. Whatever it may be, all these are correct. So in your textbook, they given as like this. 4-ethyl 1-fluoro 2-nitrobenzene. 2-nitrobenzene. So these are the some IUPAC names of organic, particularly aromatic compounds. Aromatic compounds. Very, very, very important here all. After here, so ethyl, fluoro, nitro, alphabet rule is followed. Alphabet rule is followed. First E, next year, after that nitrogen. N. Before one. Yes, yes. E first tell me. E first. 4-ethyl 2-fluoro. 4-ethyl accepted. 4-ethyl 2-fluoro enizole. Alphabet rule, no doubts. 4-ethyl 2-fluoro enizole. Okay, so these are some names of our aromatic compounds. Okay, so this is the closing of, not end. It is now I'm going to close this IUPAC names right now here. So these are very, very important. So please learn carefully by taking some example. Already assignment, some bits are already sent to you. Please solve now. So if you have any doubts, please ask me today onwards. Only about these IUPAC names. Okay. So very, very important, my dear boys. Thank you. Next topic. Next topic, that is isomerism. Isomerism. What is this isomerism? Iso means same. In our organic chemistry, some molecules have same formula, but different arrangements are there. Molecular formula same, but different physical and chemical properties may be possible. So that arrangement of different ways, that arrangement of a molecule in different ways, the process is called as isomerism, and those different ways of compounds are considered as isomers. Now, what is the definition for isomerism? Compounds having same molecular formula, but having different either structural or spatial arrangements. So see here, what is isomerism? So what is isomers? See here. Organic compounds having same molecular formula. Organic compounds having same molecular formula, but their physical and chemical properties are changed due to change in their structural arrangements, change in their structural arrangements, or spatial arrangements, structural arrangement or spatial arrangement of atom or group of atoms is called here the phenomenon of organic compounds having same molecular formula is called isomerism, and those compounds are called isomers. The phenomenon is called as isomerism, and those compounds are called as isomers. Their compounds are called as isomers. So this is very, very important, my dear boys. Here important points are these have same, let us say A, B, C like compounds. All these three compounds have molecular formula same molecular formula, but different arrangements. That is why A, B, C are collectively called as isomers. So in this case, A, B, C, how these are different are either structural arrangements may be different or spatial arrangements may be different. So we will explain later. Please wait. Okay. So that is why the phenomenon of existence of a same molecular compounds, compounds having same molecular formula but different arrangements, either structural arrangements or spatial arrangements. The phenomenon is called as isomerism, and the compounds are called as isomers of that particular compound formula. Isomers of that particular formula. So here important, same molecular formula, but the physical and chemical properties are different, are changed due to their change in either structural arrangements or spatial arrangements. Structural arrangement or spatial arrangement. So either structurally different or spatially different. So see once again, we'll explain later. So in this week only we have structural isomerism. That's I'm restricted to structural isomerism. So up to only structural parts. Okay. So this is isomerism. Now what is the classification of isomerism? So the major point is molecular formula same. Different compounds have same molecular formula. Their physical and chemical properties are different. The phenomenon is called as isomerism, and those compounds are called as isomers. Is this clear statement? Isomerism statement is clear or not? Molecular formula same, different structural arrangements or different spatial arrangements. The phenomenon is called as isomerism, and the compounds are called as isomers. Okay. Now, what is the classification of this isomerism? Already here taken structurally variation, structural possibilities are there, spatial arrangements are there. Based on this isomerism is broadly divided into two types. Isomerism. So this isomerism mainly divided into two types. One is either structurally different or spatially different. So that's why isomerism may be structural isomerism, which is also called as constitutional isomerism. Structural isomerism, and the other one is spatial or stereoisomerism. So isomerism broadly divided into two types, either structural isomerism or spatial or stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism is also considered as structural, that is constitutional isomerism. Constitutional isomerism. Next, now this structural isomerism further divided into different categories. It is divided into number of ways. One is chain isomerism. Second one is position isomerism. Functional or functional group isomerism. Next one, metamerism. Next one, ring chain isomerism. Next one, tautomerism. So these are different types of constitutional or structural isomerism. One by one we will discuss in today and tomorrow. One by one we will discuss. So chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional or functional group isomerism, metamerism, ring chain isomerism, tautomerism. Next one, stereoisomerism. So stereoisomerism is broadly divided into two types. One is conformational isomerism. Conformational isomerism. And the second one is configuration isomerism. Conformational isomerism, configurational isomerism. So another type. Now, this configuration isomerism is once again divided into two types. Configuration isomerism. That is, one is geometrical isomerism, or it is also called as cis-trans isomerism. Geometrical isomerism, which is configuration isomerism, and the second one is optical isomerism. Optical isomerism. This is the classification of our isomerism. So very important. So what is isomerism? Molecules having same molecular formula, but their physical and chemical properties are different because of difference in their either structural way or stereo way, that is spatial way. If structures are different, that structure is in different ways. One is chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, ring chain isomerism, tautomerism. Next, spatial isomerism once again divided into two categories, either conformational isomers or configurational isomers. Configuration is the change rate. So that configuration isomerism once again two types. One is the cis-trans isomerism or geometrical isomerism, and the second one is optical isomerism. So this is the total classification of isomerism in this week for our case. So only this structural isomerism is there, no stereoisomerism for this case. So for today's this week's syllabus, only structural isomerism. That means all these different categories we will explain today and tomorrow. So that is the end of this week's syllabus, not this week's syllabus, that is isomerism part 10. Okay. So now one by one, what is the definition for this one, each and every one, how to explain the concepts. Okay. So very important, my dear boys. So isomerism broadly divided into, this is the classification. Okay. Now I'm taking structural isomerism. Structural isomerism. Structural isomerism or constitutional isomerism. Structural isomerism or constitutional isomerism. Now, what is the definition? So, once again, molecules, let it be A, B, C, having same molecular formula, but differ in their structural arrangements. Structural arrangements are different, but molecular formula same. Therefore, all these three are called as structural isomers. And the phenomenon is called as structural isomerism. So see here, only structural arrangements are different. Molecules having same molecular formula, but structural arrangements are different. That's why that is called as structural isomers, and the phenomenon is called as structural isomerism. See here, so one by one, different classifications are there. Among them, the first one is chain isomerism. Chain isomerism. So chain isomerism. What is this chain isomerism? See here. Here, let us take different compounds A, B, C, something else. Their molecular formula same, but longest chain is different. Very, very important. Longest chain of the compound is different. So chain is changed. That is why it is called as chain isomerism. If longest chain of the compound is changed, that is taken as chain isomerism. See here, I am taking some examples. C. There are 3 carbons. Here longest chain is 3 carbon chain. Now I am writing like this. Now also the longest chain is 3 carbon chain. But that means with 3 carbons, the chain is not changed. 3 carbon chain and it. Okay. So, but if I am taking 4 carbon chain, 4 carbons, it is the longest chain is 4 carbon chain and it. Now the same 4 carbons I am writing like this. There are 4 carbons, but I am writing like this. So now in this way, this is 3 carbons, this is subchain. Here, this is subchain. So whatever it may be, longest chain is 3 carbon chain ending. Now it is I am taking. Now this is a subchain ending. This contains 4 carbons. This contains also 4 carbons. But here 4 carbon chain, here 3 carbon chain. So molecular formula taking, that is C4 hydrogens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. C4H10 is the formula of the component. So its formula C4H10, this formula also C4H10, but it is butane, but it is 2-methyl propane. 2-methyl propane. So both these compounds are not same, but their formula is same. So because these compounds are not same, their physical and chemical properties may vary. So that means these 2 compounds are considered as isomers because these 2 have same molecular formula. But where the position is where the concept is changed, so longest chains are different. So chain is different. That is why these 2 are taken as chain isomers. These 2 are collectively called as chain isomers. So see here, compounds having same molecular formula but different structural arrangements because the structure is changed due to change in their longest chain. Change in their longest chain. See here. CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Next. CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. For these 2 molecules, molecular formula is equal to C4H10. So this one and this one. Here, in this case, longest chain has 4 carbons. In this case, longest chain has 3 carbons. So chain is different, That's why these two are chain isomers. So that means the minimum number of carbons required to chain isomerism is equal to 4n. Minimum 4n, because one carbon is there, no chain variation. Two carbons are there, no chain variation. Three carbons are there, no chain variation. Four carbons are there, there is chain variation. So chain isomerism is possible having the compounds having at least four carbons. At least four and above carbons are the compound having four or more than four carbons. So then only chain isomerism is possible. So three compound, that is compound having three carbons, two carbons or one carbon, never show isomerism. Not so, that is a chain isomerism. Never show chain isomerism. So the minimum number of carbons required to chain isomerism, to explain the chain isomerism, is equal to four carbons. If four carbons are there, it is one compound, it is two compounds. That means the four carbon compounds gives two chain isomers. One is butane, second one is 2-methyl propane, or N-butane isobutane. N-butane isobutane are the common names. Are the common names. If you write the IUPAC name, it is butane, it is 2-methyl propane. If you write the IUPAC name, automatically root word must be changed in chain isomerism. In IUPAC system, name, root word must change in chain isomers. Because longest chain is different, automatically root word is changed. So if root word is same, those are not chain isomers. While writing IUPAC system, if root word is the same, those are not considered as chain isomers. So there should be root word must change. Okay, so this is chain isomerism. So four carbons, two isomers are there. So for example, 5 carbons are there. See here. If 5 carbons are there, so minimum 4, that means more than 4 also accepted. So if 5 carbons are there, how many possible are here? See here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbons. It is N-pentane. It is common name, or pentane is the IUPAC name. Next, it is 4 carbon chain. Here 5 carbon chain. It is isopentane. IUPAC name 2-methyl butane. Here 4 carbon chain exists. It is 5 carbon chain. It is 4 carbon chain, but having 5 carbons. Next, this one, it is neopentane. It is a carbon having 4 different carbons. 4 carbons attached. That compound is called as neoconditioned. It is neopentane. Here 3 carbon chain. That is 2,2 dimethyl propane is the IUPAC name. So see here root word pent, here root word but, here root word prop. So no doubt root words are changed. So these are the possibilities with C5H10 sorry, H12. C5H12. So these are the 3 possibilities. So N-pentane, isopentane, neopentane are the examples for chain isomers because their longest chains are different. Isopentane, neopentane, N-pentane are examples for chain isomerism. Okay, so totally how many are possible? 3 isomers. So it is C4H10, 2 only. C5H12, it is 3 isomers possible. Like that, as the number of carbons increases, automatically chain isomers also increases. So abnormally increases. See here. So please be mind the number of times asked one. That is so formula number of chain isomers. number of chain isomers. 1, C4H10, 2 isomers. C5H12, 3 isomers. C6H14, 5 isomers. C7H16, 9 isomers possible. CH-H18, 18 isomers. C9H20, 35 isomers. C10H22, that is 75 isomers possible. So it is not possible to write all those 75. So that's a please be mind. So C4H10 alkane series 2, 3, 5, 9, 18, 35, 75. So these are the number of chain isomers in your given cases. Number of isomers, chain isomers, in particular chain isomers. Okay, so is this clear? Boys? So chain isomerism means compounds having same molecular formula, but their longest chain are different. That is why their physical and chemical properties are different. Their longest chain are different. Okay, that's why that phenomena is called as chain isomerism. No, there is no formula. Please be mind. If formula is there, I will tell. It's not. There is no formula. Okay. Second variety of position, that is structural isomerism, is position isomerism. And position isomerism. So what is this position isomerism? Here also compounds having same molecular formula and same longest chain. See here, same molecular formula, same longest chain, but the position of and also same substituent or functional group. It is also same molecular formula, same longest chain, same substituent or functional group, but the position of substituent or functional group is changed. But the position of substituent or functional group is changed. So those compounds are called as position isomers, and the phenomena is called as position isomerism. Position isomerism. So very important point, my dear boys. So in position isomerism, molecular formula same, longest chain also same, so substituent or functional group also same. Now, what is the change in condition? Either position of the functional group or substituent is same. Position only, not that one. Functional group is not changed. So, but its position is changed. If it is that second position, then it is third position. Only positions are changed, then only the isomerism is called as position isomerism. So, very important. Molecular formula same, longest chain also same. So, substituents or functional groups are same, but position of functional group is changed. So, where it is changed, position changed. That is why it is position isomerism. In previous case, longest chain is changed. That is why that is chain isomerism. So where it is changed, there is the name of the compound, name of the isomerism. Chain is longest chain is different, that is chain isomerism. Position of the functional group or subchain is different, that is position isomerism. If functional group is changed, that is functional isomerism. Okay, so wherever it is possible, both are changed, that is another type of conditioning. Okay, so that is why. So depending on situation, that is we will take. So these are the conditions. Same molecular formula, same longest chain, same substituent or functional group, but position of substituent or functional group is changed. That phenomenon is called as position isomerism, and the compounds are called as position isomers. So see here, what are the examples for this one? See here. Now I am taking one carbon chain with chlorine as subchain, remaining 3 are hydrogens. So now chlorine like this. Is there any change in position of this chlorine? What is the name, IUPAC's name of this compound? So meth, one carbon, ANE, methane. At first position chlorine is there, 1-chloromethane. What is the name of this compound? This is also 1-chloromethane. That means with one carbon, position is not changed. That is why not possible. Next is 2 carbons. Here chlorine is there, here chlorine is there. What is the name of this compound? 1-chloroethane. What is the name of this compound? 1-chloroethane, not 2-chloro. That means here also position not changed. Position not changed. Now I am taking 3 carbons now. 3 carbon chain. Now here chlorine is taken. Here chlorine is taken. Here chlorine is taken. What is the name of this compound? It is propane, 1-chloropropane. It is 2-chloropropane. It is 1-chloropropane. It is 2-chloropropane. What is the name of this compound? So from here it is 1 NE. It is 1-chloropropane. That means this one and this one are same. So only how many possible? This one and this one are. So here chlorine position is changed or not? Yes, changed. In this compound at one position, in this compound at second position. That means, so longest chain is same. Functional group or subchain is same. Function group or subchain are same. But position of the function group or subchains are different. That means how many minimum carbons are required? Minimum 3 carbons are required. So for this, minimum 3 carbons are required. Minimum 3 carbons are required. Okay. So like this, positions are different. See, once again, that means 1-chloropropane, 2-chloropropane are examples to position isomers. 1-chloropropane, 2-chloropropane are the examples to position isomers. Now I am taking one more example. Here, 1 bromo, 2 bromo, 3 bromo. What is the name of this compound? Yes, correct, correct. So this one and this one are same. So that's why please neglect this. Here also, 1 bromo butane, 2 bromo butane. It is not 3 bromo. It is once again that from that side it is second position. So that's why that is 2 bromo only. So therefore here also 2 possible. So longest chains are different, same, but position of the functional groups or subchains are different. Same. So position of the functional groups are different. So see here, it is benzene. It is also benzene. Here chlorine at first and second position. Here chlorine at first and third position. Here chlorine at first and fourth position. So see here, 1,2-dichlorobenzene, 1,3, 1,3-trichlorobenzene, 1,4-dichlorobenzene. Positions are different. 3. Now, what about this? What about this? This one and this one are same. So 1, 2, 3. This one 1,2-dichloro. That's why this one same. So that means 1,2-dichloro, 1,3-dichloro, 1,4-dichloro are the best examples for position isomers. Next, once again, methyl group with chlorine, 1-chlorotoluene, 2-chlorotoluene. It is 3-chlorotoluene. It is 4-chlorotoluene. 4-chlorotoluene. 2. It is first carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2-chlorotoluene, 3-chlorotoluene. 4-chlorotoluene. So, my dear boys, so functional group very next carbon is taken as orthocarbon. That next carbon is taken as see here. This is benzene. Here is some functional group attached. A functional group attached. So functional group very next carbon. So this is the carbon functional group attached. So this is the carbon cell. These are the carbons. These carbons are called as ortho carbons. This is also ortho. Functional group, very next carbons are taken as ortho carbons. So after that, these are the two positions. This is taken as a meta position. This is also meta position. This position, this is the position. This position is taken as a para position. Para position. These are ortho, meta, para, ortho, meta, para. These are the shortcuts. Are common naming system. Common naming, not used in IUPAC system. IUPAC only numbers are used. Ortho, meta, para conditions are common naming system. And now I'm writing common name systems here. It is toluene, it is chloro, orthochlorotoluene. Next, it is methyl group, it is chloro, metachlorotoluene. See here, once again, it is CH3, it is chlorine, it is parachlorotoluene. So orthochlorotoluene, metachlorotoluene, parachlorotoluene are the examples for just positions are changed. That is why all these three are position isomers. All these three are position isomers. Okay, so this is that. That means, see here once again, if functional group is at this position, not like this. Now these two are next carbons ortho. These two are meta, this one is para. Okay, so whenever where the functional group is there, that should be the first carbon. Very next ortho, very next beta, after that para. So for example, if functional group is at this position, these two are ortho, these two are meta, this one is para. Okay, ortho, meta, para, very, very important. Okay, orthochlorotoluene, metachlorotoluene, parachlorotoluene are the best examples for position isomers. Okay, so this is the way to express isomerism. Okay, so now I'm stopping this.